But why, some say, the moon? Why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? Why, 35 years ago, fly the Atlantic? We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other thing. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win. We choose to go to the moon.
All right, welcome to World Blockchain Roundtable. Our hosts for today are Andrew and Zach from the Legacy Right, Litecoin Lisa, and Greg from Rivet. How are you guys all doing today?
Not bad. How do you do?
I'm right. You know, we just had the Super Happy Dragon Lucky, and I want to verify, is Zach, is your account Legacy Zach 89?
It is.
Is 89 mean something? Does it?
That's just my birth year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You weren't born in 89, were you? I don't believe you.
Yeah, I was.
Okay. All right. No. So we did the giveaway, and we did it. There were 3 keys given away, and it's kind of cool because it's provably fair, right? Where we put the list up. We put some code up that you take the Ethereum hash and you throw it into the code, and it gives you a number. And Legacy Zach 89 was the second winner. I'm like, holy crap!
Oh,
Nice, that's awesome.
Congrats!
I finally won something.
Lobby.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wow.
in a provably fair contest, look, you can actually win.
Yep. Fate is it's one of those things. Like I think we should probably. What do you call it when you personify? You make something into a. What do you call that? When you make a thing, like a person, like a, what do you call it? What's the word? I'm just blanking on the word.
A clone?
No. Like when you take an object and you make it.
Oh, they call it in the thrifting world the anthropomorphic.
There, thank you. Anthropomorphism. So
Right.
I think we should do that with fate, like the ancients did. I think it should become something that is like something real. It's not just like, oh, it's a concept, some abstract. It's like, no, fate actually pays attention, right? Anyway, whatever. It's interesting.
Well, actually, there is some research. There is some research that suggests, right, that human mental states can influence quantum dice rolls.
I think
Right.
so.
That's the whole basis for like the. You guys have seen that Randonauts application.
Oh
right?
yeah. That's crazy.
That is that's based on the idea that you influence your quantum present.
Greg, that's the concept we need. We will pick someone up in the Tesla. It'll self-drive us to wherever the Randonauts tells us.
Ooh, yeah, we can take it on Randonauts and do an interview.
Yes,
that's it.
We'll do an interview on the way. We'll talk about the things that we're supposed to be thinking about on the way to it.
Right, and on the way back,
dude, that's it.
We'll meet up and self-drive to change the universe to our liking.
Sean's in though.
Sean's in. Oh, see, I didn't even hear it. Thank you.
Sure.
Happy birthday, Sean. Sean is,
hey, bud.
I think he's 28 yesterday.
28 yesterday.
Yeah, 28 yesterday. 29.
Happy 28th. 29, even better. Happy birthday, Sean.
Yeah.
Belated.
I was trying to give you a year.
I was 29 for like a decade. Literally. Yeah.
How's it going, Sean?
It's going okay. It's like 3 people are like, Sean's in love. Sean's in love.
I'm sorry. I'm like, I didn't hear it. It's not beeping for me. It's happened before. And because this interface.
As I screamed anthropomorphize at the screen.
Yeah. That's why we need you here.
Now you were there basically. So
fate needs something. I just couldn't believe it's like, holy crap, Legacy Zach 89. That's crazy. I think I know that guy, but it's great because it could be my brother and I could still say it's fair. I was like, I had no control. It was totally fate dictating how that Ethereum block came out.
It's such a good. We should do. I mean, that's like it could literally be a World Blockchain Roundtable show on how it that you don't the non-trustability of blockchain opens up so much more, which just regular humans would be like, oh, can't trust that.
Yep.
Oh, there's no way we could ever have.
Yeah, we're gonna be able to settle a lot of little petty stuff with it, basically.
Yeah.
And like all at once in broad swaths. That's kind of a fascinating way to look at it, actually.
It is so cool, and it's fun doing it. And today I did it, and it's kind of neat because with Ethereum you can kind of predict how soon they'll come out. So I didn't even know that Etherscan had a countdown. Like you can put in a block, and it'll tell you, oh, that's 12 minutes away, right? And so I kept going on the show and then went back to it, and then just walked through. It's showing how you plug the code in and pop out what the who the winner is. So yeah, we had Copa, Legacy Zach 89, and G Kia won. We have 5 we're going to do tomorrow, and I'm going to pull a new set. And what I'm doing is I'm pulling all accounts from the system that don't have a key already. So essentially it eliminates all the team and anybody who's already won a key, right? So make sure you go sign up Drakaria.com because we're giving away 5 more tomorrow. They give away 8 on. It's either going to be Monday late or it's going to be Tuesday morning, or maybe it'll be right around midnight. Who knows? Because
don't tell anybody else because we really want it to be one of you guys.
Yeah. So we have I'm on. So I was on. Thank you guys. I was on Sean's show. What day was that? Was that Monday? Or was that Monday?
Yeah, it's Monday. Yeah.
Yeah. I was on Lisa's show yesterday. So yesterday, and yesterday was such a long day. There's so much going on, and then I'm on Lee on Kiv's Crypto. I think Friday. I think tomorrow, and then I'm on.
He's in Lafayette. He's like, I'm going camping. Oh, where are you going? Lafayette. Like you go to a different country. It's like I live in Europe, man. It's like, hey, let's go to Colorado, or it's
state. It's a state, really. So and what else? NYC, so Mega Yacht Club on Dion. I think we're doing something Friday, tomorrow also, and then Black Roo, who's been a long time Dragon Chain guy, and I've never talked to him. So I think I'm on there on Monday. So mostly just to try to get these different communities to know, hey, go register there. You could win one of these keys. It's cool, right? So.
Very cool.
I just couldn't believe Zach showed up. It's like, I need to re-roll. Wait a minute. It's just
probably should have re-rolled.
So you have to be watching. You have to sign. You have to say, it's me, or have somebody there. I'm joking. Anyway,
so Zach, are you going to save your key, or are you going to patch your spawn?
Yeah, it's a very very important question.
Where do we see that we have a key?
So
it's not there yet.
If you go into your portal thing and you go to spawn, you'll see that you have a spawn, and then you can either put it in your cart and you can spawn an egg, or you could keep your spawn key as a.
Did you send me your ID or your display name, Lisa?
Yeah,
it's
in the
Telegram or something.
In the Telegram group.
Okay, all right. I will look because I'm gonna go in there. Hopefully, I can send these out today too, and after the show or something. Yeah. Maybe I'll do it during the show while you guys are talking.
That's kind of worth applying a coupon code. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
anyway,
we had that other video that I shared for you guys that Joe had mentioned in the interview yesterday on my channel. Joe was like, "Hey, remember when your friend told you that little secret image that she had about dragons and whatever?" And she's like a psychic chick, and she was talking about dragons and these eggs, and this thing was associated with this project about dragons and eggs, and she was describing the genome. But of course, I didn't know anything about it. I just knew it was dragon thing. And so I sent it to you guys, and I was like, "Hey, my dragon friends, this is cool. What about this?" And of course, Joe and you guys, some of you
didn't know about it yet.
I
So
didn't know about it.
yeah.
And so then to
Yeah, I
hear,
sent to the like. In fact, Dave. So Dave is on the Drakaria team too.
Yeah.
And sent to him. He's like, "What? This is crazy." Because there's like, and Mickey, Eternal Mickey, we were going listening to that, and we're like, "This is nuts." Because she was describing. She didn't say. I don't think she even said genes, but she said
No.
something to describe the genes.
well, and she was talking about the foundation handing out these keys or these things,
It was so bizarre.
and those
God,
having
something
value
there.
or something. I don't know. If you go to our Telegram group, it's I stuck it in there. It says start at 10 minutes, and it's a little YouTube video.
Yeah. Yep. I think she's at a beach or something. It's like
Yeah.
you can hear the waves, and
Yeah.
it's very pleasant, relaxing. Listen. So it was awesome. Anyway, all right. So this week, let's see here. What do I have? We went through the hosts. Okay, quick update. Let's see. I will pop this up. We have geez. Oh, I guess this isn't. Sorry, this is just before that. Agorism in action, blockchain for counter economic markets. Was that last week, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, last week.
Okay. So each host 133 lot, each topic contributor 166 lot. Last week's theme was I Am for I Am's nomination, and it was 166 lot with that. So governance votes, pre-edits, passive income, all that goodness comes with it. And so this page is the DAO vote for August. So we have all of the. I don't think I got in any suggestions.
I didn't either.
That's
I threw in a bunch actually.
Awesome. All right. So vote by Tuesday, July 22. So it's next Tuesday. You have like 5 days to do it. So the first, blockchain plus quantum computing.
That's a good one.
Blockchain solutions for a world governing body. That one sounds pretty fun, actually. Decentralized identity for surveillance-free future. Impossible. That'll never happen. But you were talking about.
Definitely worth.
Well, unless you make it adversarial.
Yeah, and if we
Then it's
manifest
possible.
that, maybe we could do something like Greg.
Hey, Randonauts is coming, man. We're gonna have a Tesla take us on Randonauts trips to universes where that never happens.
I think we could get some. I think we could get some viewers with that. That'd be fun. What was your first blockchain or cryptocurrency that you fell in love with? Your first love.
I'll just answer this right now.
Okay.
XMR.
Okay. All right. That was your first. Was that really your first?
No, actually.
First you fell in love with. Okay. Maybe
Ethereum. Ethereum, actually.
Okay. All right. Explore the differences of blockchains, direct acyclic graph and hash graph. That one's a good one. That's fun.
That's a really interesting one,
Greg
actually.
made that up.
That is excellent.
Who made that?
Greg.
I don't think I made that. Did I make that one?
I don't know.
Probably.
It sounds like something you would make, but
it does sound like.
I mean, I just don't remember thinking about that recently, but
yeah,
maybe
I do like Hashgraph is a very interesting structure, really cool idea and stuff. So systems that should use blockchain and not centralized databases. WBRT reacts. Link to a clip. We'll play it live and react to. Oh, dude, I'm gonna vote on that. That would be that.
Yes. Join me.
All right. Is that? Yes, it is. Right on. How does blank work? Technical questions of the panel. Oh, I like that. I wish I could vote more than once. I wish I could split my vote.
Same.
Ask any blockchain tech, software, code, and computer science. I like it. Law zero, what it means for crypto, blockchain tech, and
I wish I could.
Yeah, no one wants.
I
wanted
wanted
to vote for that
vote
one if I feel like it.
I wanted to vote. Then I saw.
I'm not going to be the guy who votes that we have to talk about my book for a whole episode. That would be.
I think we should. Oh, you know what? Since as long as 3%'s up there, I'll vote on this. So, wrong answers only. The sequel, dude.
What does that mean? They're all right answers?
Yes.
Wrong answers only. The sequel. I don't know.
Yes.
No.
Is it double negative? DePIN deep dive.
That's the one I'm going to actually vote for. I put that in there.
Okay.
So
Roman
we're talking
storm
about that
case.
one. I'm going to force
This
that one
one's
because it's
important.
happening
This
right
one's
now, and
super
we really
important.
do need to
So,
talk about it.
Roman storm case, implications for liberty tech and open source software. This is like something that is bigger than just crypto, too. Frankly, it's just kind of it's so hard to because it has a lot of technical. Like talking to your family about this one is so hard because, I mean, I guess maybe it shouldn't be, but it's just there's so much wrong about what's
Gotta
going
find an easy way to say it. Honestly, I feel like there's analogies to the past that make sense. You know, like
Yeah.
think of a situation that the government fucks something up in a brutal way,
Okay.
and apply that same lens to it.
Yep.
Because that's pretty much what's happening.
Okay. So for today, this is today, right? It was episode 217. This is the 12. Yeah, I think this is right. Yeah. DePIN Revolution. Am I on the right page? Make sure I'm on the
You
right page.
are on the right page, sir.
Okay. Excellent.
Mhm.
So are we ready to go? Do we need to cover anything else before this? All right.
Okay, my vote's in, so we're definitely talking about that one.
Okay. Here we go. All right. I did the refresh. Wait, pause. There we go. You see that? Okay. Let's see.
The vote.
Dayrox asks, question, what are some real-world examples of DePIN applications, and how do they address scalability or security challenges? So who wants to go first? How do we want to do this? Do I just go down the line? Andrew, you okay to start?
I can't remember. I think we want to talk about this before, but can I get a refresher of what do you mean by DePIN?
I think
Yes.
somebody actually might have
I was
posted
gonna
down
say,
here. Here we go.
I mean,
This is
Well,
from-
I'm directly involved
Yeah.
with the space, so
Okay, let's have
the-
Greg hit it like just.
it stands for decentralized physical infrastructure networks. It's a bunch of techniques that use marketplace dynamics and systems of mutual benefit that are audited to make smart contracts that allow you to engage in infrastructure that you specify but purchase from a sort of a marketplace of performance where everyone sees what the infrastructure is doing on chain from a performance standpoint, can interface with that and actually make the infrastructure that sells infrastructure decentralize the system. That's the idea.
I think the basic.
It's-
I'll go first because you go to the bottom, I guess.
Sure.
The basic answer to the question is, one, it opens up a whole new area of the technology, like you said, more than really what you think it does, like just internet and technology in general. Because
Anything it takes more than one person to run together.
anything can do more stuff. And then the security challenges is it opens up a whole new can of worms, because now you can run smart contracts and so much more through your fridge or your oven, because it has, if it's part of, that ecosystem, because it can do more. That's kind of the revolution of it.
Right. Well, and you can also think of it like this. Like, what if you could go on GitHub right now and get a dollar number next to the project that you're looking at, right? This is what you'll get paid if you run this. And you can package it up in a way that it's as simple as having someone walk through setting up an AWS account, right?
Mhm.
That would decentralize the marketplace. Like, if you couldn't then send court orders to all the RPC providers to make them censor the blockchain at that choke point. So that's the power of it. And I think that's I think important too, because you can do that to any kind of infrastructure. Like, think Uber on blockchain with no Uber company, and they can't tell it how it has to work. The DAO just gets to vote, and the government has no say.
Yep. Do you have anything, Lisa?
I was just gonna kind of simplify it for normies watching like me, or low tech people. They're talking about using decentralized systems versus centralized systems. So like they're saying Uber versus a taxi cab company or something like that. So there's challenges with that, like scalability or regulation, or sometimes quality of product, or something like that. But you also have, like Greg was saying, point of attack is much much more difficult, because there are multiple it's like a starfish kind of approach. You know that book? What's the I can't remember.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
No,
Like,
no,
what
no.
if they couldn't have indeed
the answer.
Amazon or forced it to turn off Parler? That would still be a thing.
Yeah, but like with what's the DePIN, the decentralized AWS I sent you that I really into that I forgot the name of.
Oh yeah, no, you're talking about DNet. Those guys are
DNet,
awesome.
Yeah, DNet. That's like that would replace AWS in a decentralized way.
No,
with
actually, if you
regular-
want to see a master course in incentive programs design system, like their thing is it schools it. It does it perfectly. I borrow from it just by knowing
Yeah.
it because
Yeah.
it's so damn good.
That's why I sent it to you because it's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
But that's something that's something that we've been trying to work on since the get-go is decentralized
These
storage.
are all the things that change the world.
Yeah, it's like a supply chain. It's literally blockchain's perfect and built for this. You know.
Yeah. The risk is that there's still some issue, whether or not they're going to try to treat it like finance and choke it in the cradle. They could try to stop it, but not if we build the node infrastructure part. Not then.
Right.
Then
I mean,
they can't
exactly.
stop it.
To add,
So that's
to
the
add to
idea.
that, it's basically similar to what eBay at one time used to be, and what it was, the concept of it that ended up gravitating.
It'd be like
towards
if
the
eBay
explosion
fought back
and
if
the
anybody tried to change the way it worked. Yeah.
Yeah. Or a better example would be, I guess, Craigslist, actually. Is Craigslist even around? But
I think they're dead.
decentralized. Yeah, they're
I
pretty
think
much
so.
dead. They're still there. They're just not. It's mainly just hookers now. Last time I checked.
Scammers.
But-
using any other category too. Like they just moved to a new category and start making the same ads.
Basically. But
That's how
but
they
that's
show. They show up in
effectively-
the like used stuff section, and that's how the website dies.
pretty much. But that's effectively what this DePIN would be is like a Craigslist type of deal, but on the blockchain. If I'm ascertaining it correctly.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Andrew, what do you think?
Well, I mean, you made a Craigslist reference, and what I think of when you say that is like 4chan's got janitors, right? Jannies, and they go and clean up the board and try to pull down
Yeah.
stuff, that kind of thing.
And they're not
That's
paid.
But
another one.
with
pay 'em anything.
with more, yeah, right.
Yeah.
But with and it's not just centralized shit posting on the internet. It's anything and everything you can think of business wise.
Right. And a whole
Well-
bunch of things you never thought of before business wise, because usually it would not be worth the trouble if you couldn't automate it like this.
And the thing is, it is essentially one of the tools that's been most needed for a long time because up to date, almost everything has been really running on Amazon. Right? Yeah. So it's like, and if it's not Amazon, if it's Bitcoin, it's all running in some single warehouse in China. So it's, it's kind of a weird thing. It's decentralized in theory and in control, but like infrastructure isn't, because you have to have a place to really do this stuff. So we've needed this forever, and we've needed standards. We've needed ways to make it so that it wasn't a proprietary. Like the early ones were very proprietary. So if you built to it and they failed or it wouldn't perform, it was really hard to move off. That's why we've had trouble in a few areas wanting to do more of this, but it hasn't quite been there yet. And I think, I'm sure now it's far improved, right?
Well, I mean, so one of the things that Rivet's working on is DIN router, right? So, and the router is actually the piece that handles parsing out the sort of the switch between what calls are being made to the DIN endpoint and what calls are going to which provider. So it sort of it shuffles the calls and sends them to the right place as they come in, kind of is sort of the way to put it.
Thanks, William. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and that's how you can sort of create a decentralized framework is sort of make it like a spoke system.
I think it's also just the next evolution in the Internet of Things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I agree. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, and stuff we haven't invented yet. By the way, there's like so many framings for this. Like it's really more like a first example of a kind of protocol we're going to see repeated across every idea people have. So it could go pretty industry.
We're really building towards that singularity, aren't we, boys?
We are.
Yes. Okay, so all right, so now we start with what role do blockchain technologies play in sorry. What are some real world examples of DePIN applications, and how do they address scalability or security?
We hit some of this with the web store, the AWS replacement.
Yeah.
There's so many. The one that comes to mind for me is just like I said, the decentralized storage, and how it's an interesting project. It's because there's two different aspects of it. When they first were talking to me about it, everyone could mine on their phone, and I'm like, you can't really run this, you can't run a web service like that. Like, you can't beat Amazon with with people's phones. And he was like, no, all the phone nodes just check the data nodes to make sure all the data is where it's supposed to be. So it's like a secondary system. I was like, so they're just running these little checks. So that actually works.
Right. And it's also way past Apple's gate, because you wouldn't normally be able to put an application that calls a smart contract on their phone unless it was to send with a specific button. That's why you can have wallets, but not specific dapps, right?
The number of nodes they have doing that now are crazy. And then the second part of the application is the actual storage nodes, which that's by terabytes and gigabytes that you can have, and then store the data, and you earn, people get paid. It's decentralized.
Yeah. Oh, and you can buy a brick from them to run the actual storage too. Eventually, that's coming next.
We run one of those helium miners, and we've gotten several of our friends
cool.
here in town to run them.
Helium's a great example.
Yeah, just to do kind of be part of that.
Yep.
For people who don't know what helium is, you should explain it.
So
you should explain it after you take a hit of helium.
That would be awesome.
So it's my understanding that it runs off of, or it creates networks of off radio frequency, and so you're mining, and you get helium. Actually, no, they changed it. What are you getting now? Like Cassius or something? I don't know, some other coin or token. Now they changed it.
So it's a reward for running a tower extension, basically, for boosting signal.
And for boosting the signal, but like you get like kind of like geolocated so much space or whatever.
A mesh network.
Maybe that's the right
would
word.
Be exactly right, actually.
And then you can and then like we have friends that were like, we encourage them to run one, and then we've got another guy who's like a big techie guy. He runs one, and so it's kind of fun because we'll see each other's nodes on the map or whatever.
Imagine if Elon Musk were actually Web3 aware, he would have built Starlink such that the satellites were like this, right?
Yeah, well, and that the community could benefit from it. That's the part that I think is so cool, is that it's not just like Elon's network, right. It is community driven. And then it's my understanding, like I said, that it's like a phone service or whatever, radio frequency for communication.
Yeah.
So kind of cool.
Absolutely. Well, and in the future too, it could like maybe even like a Mars mission type of thing could be the case. You could have a physical infrastructure project to develop the physical infrastructure to get yourself to a city on Mars that's separate. So you pick out your plot, you sell plots of land, you design the neighborhood, and that's how you fund the Go effort.
I like
that would be a physical infrastructure project as well.
I vote for that.
I remember, I don't know if it was helium in its infancy stage or it was a different project, but they used radio waves, and you bought this little, it's like a keychain thing, and Brecky von Bitcoin, I don't know if you remember him.
Yeah.
The artist, him and I think it was Stash were out, and they sent Bitcoin. One of them sent Bitcoin to the other at the beach in California, and they were like 20 miles away from each other. So they're both live streaming, and they did it, and it worked.
You can do it off of like those what are they called? Those little like emergency radios or whatever.
The ham radios.
And the military just sent energy,
but
using
remember, like way back in the day when like cell phones
microwaves, right?
came out, and it was such a crazy thing. It's like, hey man, I'm talking to you in my car, and I'm not a billionaire. We don't have billionaires back then, but it was like, I'm not a millionaire. You know, it was so crazy that you could do, or that you could send a picture to someone in another state instantly when the internet came out. It's like that's the revolution that we're seeing. It's this whole new area of technology that people don't think about, though, because everybody sent pictures, everybody sent money to each other, you know. So that was like very in your face kind of a. But this is something that's in the background that people really don't think about that much, but it's just as huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
You want to go to the next question?
Sure.
Anybody have this? Okay. Right on. Also, Dayrox. Question. What role?
We didn't talk about security, though. I think that one bears a mention.
Well, this one.
Yeah, that's kind of the question.
Dayrox.
What role in blockchain technologies play
perfect.
in securing and managing transactions within DePIN ecosystems? So who wants to cover that first?
I can handle this. It really doesn't work without some kind of roll-up like system, right? You can't, or some kind of payment stream system. Ultimately, what you'd want to be able to do is develop a system that can adapt to whatever signal you're trying to marketplace out, right? Because essentially what you've got in the world of physical infrastructure these days as it comes to like SaaS companies, right? The people who need to buy server capacity or compute or access to GPUs to train AIs. These kinds of networks are usually bought and paid for by a company that trains them up and bears all those costs by fundraising. What if that cost could be farmed out via the crowd, right? Like, what if you can actually own the thing together in such a way that that the dynamics of security are sort of atomized. So really, it's about having some kind of verification service, some bounties, like an AVS is a component that you would have. It is a good first example. That's a really good sort of physical infrastructure building block. And then you're also going to need, some way to modulate the kinds of traffic that you're going to see. And I'm probably getting into too much sort of detail here, but ultimately you have to figure out what incentives to put into place once you understand how those different components would work if each one was run by a different individual and nobody could talk to each other or even know if they could trust each other. How does the network trust itself? And at least with Rivet, that was, or with the physical the decentralized infrastructure network, that is an AVS that enforces SLAs. So service level agreements, for people who don't know, those are quality standards that infrastructure providers adhere to. So instead of having a policy that you have to mediate with lawyers, right, or that you have to issue credits for, things like that, that's built in to a verification system where someone wins a bounty if they catch somebody violating the terms of use or the levels of our service agreement to be part of the network. So that way you can have decentralization without the problem that what was that other decentralized infrastructure for nodes company or network a while back? It was can't think of their names. The problem that they had was basically too many people in the garage running infrastructure, right? So you couldn't guarantee quality. So this solves that problem, and with that, I think we figured out a model that you can sort of spread wide to different kinds of infrastructure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else?
Sorry, that was really long.
I
Probably
I
too
kind
boring.
of
No,
it's just
I'm learning.
just an idea I have.
This one-
I mean, it may not work, but it's just an idea. Recently, I don't know, maybe about a year ago, there was a report that a bunch of like key cards in hotels there were dumb key card systems, and they need to be manually updated across the board, like one by one, because they weren't connected to the internet. You could use something like DePIN, this concept, to like do near field communication where when people were walking by on their cell phones or whatever, and it would send out a signal, this information is out of date, the BIOS in this is offline. Obviously we would need new hardware, but it would be an updated system where it automatically sends out a signal, and it's very efficient and lean, and it would push for an update, like the signal to download the update for the card to the hotel room, for example.
Yeah.
And I would say on this, I mean, I think everything that can be on chain should be on chain. So in particular things in a DePIN system, that's one of the reasons that you would want it on chain. Beyond just the fact that, okay, we have a way to decentralize something. The first step is to have your decentralized applications running on decentralized infrastructure, but then the next would be to be able to prove that the decentralized infrastructure is really decentralized, or that the things that happened were all on chain, right? So whatever level of transparency you need for whatever system you have is what's important. But does that make sense? I don't know. So you need scalability, right? You need to be able to it can't be expensive to put a bunch of stuff on chain. So yeah, that makes sense. So, all right. Next question from Legacy Zach. I have no idea what this is. Explain it to me like I'm a child, please.
Okay.
So
I think you've basically done that.
yeah, I think we
I'm
have that.
learning.
I think we have it. Okay, I am for I am has the definition here, so I think that's all good too. Right? You can look. So is there anything that we have not already covered?
And we can. Does he have a? He said, "Oh,
Yeah.
I thought there'd be something after that."
It messes well with that.
The concept of
I think
DePIN projects with agorism. I think it works well with agorism.
Yeah.
You can actually build the city state DAO as a DePIN.
Right.
A template for takeover if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But it would be passive and peaceful, so still in line with like the way that you seek freedom if you're an agorist.
Yeah.
And all the Hoppians are rejoicing.
Well, and there's something that's
He said
interesting about that
city-state.
too, that I think ideally you would have some level of much like people used to think that it's not just a right, it's a duty to vote and things like that. That conceptually, if you lived in one of these city states, you would want the people to be facilitating the environment that the governance and the system is run on. You wouldn't want to have to rely on some outside party that somebody who doesn't want your city state to function could attack, right? They could easily attack Amazon. Amazon could, or Google or Microsoft could very well not want your city state to function because they're, embedded with nation state intel agents and everything else. And so, you would want the people who actually live there to be the ones who are supporting it with real infrastructure. And the fact that it makes sense anyway if you had a city state, because we're all.
What if the answer to who do you need to subpoena is we're not entirely sure? We'd have to conduct a wave analysis on the past, and then try to do a correlation attack. It'll cost us, $1 trillion to hire, or have DARPA hire a bunch of contractors to build it for us. That's exactly what would happen.
Yep.
Or you can
and
cut
it would be
dark
silly.
roads.
It would be silly. The system probably wouldn't work well.
And by the way, would you say how does by definitions how well aligned with DePIN is something like Tor network, or I mean, is that
Kind of.
at least
Kind of. So what's the incentive? Do you think? So, if everybody ran a Tor exit relay, there would be no way to do a correlation attack. If
Yeah.
everybody on Earth just had a computer that could run one, ran one, right? So why don't people take that risk?
Because they're comfortable.
Lazy. Yeah,
Because you
they're
can get
lazy.
taken down, right? Because your
Well,
computer
that too.
is the IP address that gets identified when whatever it is people use the thing for, when they come for it, right?
So yeah, they're comfortable in where they're at, and they're afraid that they're going to get seen.
The thing that would make this a
the
decentralized
people.
physical infrastructure network is the thing that would make it a no-brainer monetary reward in
Yeah.
exchange for the risk.
Well, Zach, how deep have you looked into Tar?
How deep have I looked into what?
Tari?
Andrew. I'm going to defer to Andrew. I've only just begun, but Andrew.
Yeah, we've just been mining it every once in a while.
Because it
That's
utilizes
all I'm pretty much.
it utilizes Tor network.
Oh, you can turn that off.
Yeah, you can turn that off.
Yeah, but I mean, it does.
And
So
Tor
how-
is itself a protocol, so there can be other Tor networks than the one
Right.
that they think of as the Tor network.
Well, we're talking about how does it
Onion
do
routing,
that?
onion routing itself can be just a protocol aspect.
Mm-hmm.
How does it do it? Do you want to know how it works?
Yeah, like how does it do it in the background? Where you know what I mean? Because that's the whole
Yeah.
thing about setting up something like that. It's very daunting and scary to most.
Right.
regular
And that's the
people.
point.
Yeah.
Like, if we really want this thing to work as DePIN, right, then we are concerned with making it so that the technology isn't just networkable and marketable that way, but feasible to use that way, right? To easy for anybody to use that way, to where you can watch a video that comes with your first introduction to our project on, and you link it to the GitHub, and you teach them how to set it up, and you've already got it sort of pre-set up in a way that's like a double click, right?
Which
You
Tari's done
to
that.
download
That's
this
why,
app and run it.
It's
Yeah.
I want to know how. It's like, because I've never
Mhm.
used Tor, never said. I mean, I tried to like a decade ago, and I was like, buying this Bitcoin stupid thing was harder than this, or was this is harder than buying the Bitcoin. So I'm like, no.
Mm-hmm.
Tor just
He's like-
has a really interesting protocol thing, right? Like, Joe, how would you explain onion routing?
It's described as an onion because it has many layers, like Shrek
Mhm.
talks about, right?
Mhm.
And the fact that the further in, it's harder. I can't remember all of.
I was going to tell you, I'm hearing you
protocol.
explain it in Shrek voice.
Yes, yeah.
Hmm.
Well, we need somebody.
Many layers.
Yes.
Onion Pro.
Layers.
Right. Well, or if you
And what
like, or
is,
from a signal standpoint,
we
is
could
sort of what I
call
was
it-
thinking, right?
Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
essentially, I've only used it through Tails, I think.
Mhm.
But and I've never really used it well or delved into it. But it's essentially a way that theoretically should be hard to trace where something's hosted and who's accessing it. But if you end up controlling enough of the nodes, enough of the devices on that network, then they can trace it, and that's what they've done. And so it's
There
not.
was
I don't know where it stands right now.
They can
but
afford to target somebody specific if they're interested in them,
yeah,
and it can
Yeah.
be a specific little class of a certain size, and they can segregate network traffic that way.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah, it's called a correlation attack, right?
Yep. So there's a bunch of stuff in it, and if you
What
follow
about hidden
the,
services? What are those though? Right? Has
That
the
idea.
.onion sites? Okay.
Those
Those are nodes. Those are sites that are hosted only at the center of the route, right? Like any node within the network that's not an exit or entry node, that's just relaying traffic, which you can also do. And that's a no risk one. There's tons of people that do it, so it's not really a service in need, as far as I know. but the interior nodes can host onions, .onion sites, and those sites can only be accessed through the Tor network. So they're it's possible to create a service that you can only access by going to it, and it's a node on that network, so it's a complete ghost as far as the outside world is concerned, unless you go on the network. So they can use traffic analysis to find those as well.
Excellent. So where do we go from here? What do we need? That's the last question.
Probably how they caught Ross, actually.
Yeah, well, I used to know more about that. It's been years since I've looked into it, but they essentially lied. What do they call it? It's something.
Well, the CIA has been in control of the Tor project for a while now.
But they did some things that were likely unconstitutional
seriously.
and not legal. And
Sadly, yeah.
what is it? Parallel construction.
If you watch Nobody Wants to Talk About It, or Nobody Wants to Talk About Jacob Applebaum, you'll see why that project has been captured by the CIA, by the way.
Okay.
Because
what they did is they did,
and how they did it's a pretty big reveal.
They used some I guess 0 day or other things that they didn't want to reveal, and they did a bunch of illegal things and unconstitutional things, and then did parallel construction in a supposedly legal way, things that would have been impossible for the investigators.
This is why it's bullshit that they have not found out who was on the Epstein list, actually.
Yes.
Because they can do this, but they won't do it to their fucking own.
Yep. Speaking of which, we could just go straight into current events, and it's Epstein, and MAGA's dead.
I haven't got Grok to tell me all about it last night.
It is the most interesting.
Can you quit talking about Epstein? Why are we talking about Epstein?
Who's that?
Yeah, I'm a low IQ anti.
No, I'm sorry. I feel like we have to definitely talk about Epstein until they answer the question.
The funny thing is, both sides don't want to talk about it. It's like, hey man, look at Trump with this Epstein, and the Democrats like, man, whatever, man, don't who cares, don't look at that, whatever, man.
Yeah, and I want to say we should say in this discussion, you cannot say Republican or Democrat or conservative or liberal, because they're all the same fucking words.
Yep. No, you can say
it's driving the speed limit. Just driving the speed limit, moseying along.
All right.
Oh, I have a pretty good meme on that. It'll pop up somewhere in here. By the way,
I also talk about the crypto legislation, because that shit is.
I actually went down a little rabbit hole on this and didn't like what I found. Speaking of the Onion Network and stuff,
who made this?
It might have been Dave. It might have been Eternal Mickey. I can't remember, actually.
Okay, whoever made this needs to try to make this really happen.
That is a good one. So I thought something's weird about this.
We can give him a used key.
You know how I'm very into what like a person is psychologically, because I don't think that changes much after you've kind of formed your personality. If someone was a complete asshole in high school, usually 20 years later, they're still kind of an asshole. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's why Facebook exists. You can verify that point.
It does. Unless there's like divine intervention, they find God or something huge. And even then, it's still there. They're just better at managing it, So something
we're all just kind of tripping over our flaws.
This whole thing is Trump is not being Trumpy about it. He's literally not. You would normally take it head on, like, yeah. I mean, we're both billionaires. I knew the guy, but I didn't like him. It's all fake. It's just something. Right. And he's not doing that. Yeah. He's like, hey, man, let's not talk about it.
He's doing the same thing that he did with Bitcoin.
It's very not him. And that Bitcoin.
I think this was part of the deal for leaving.
He understood what Bitcoin was. He was told about it. And he came out and went to the Bitcoin conference and was like, yay, Bitcoin. I know what it is. So it's not him. He's not acting like him, which is bothered me. So that's why I started to look into it. Now, this is what I found. Take it with a grain of salt, but this is what the tinfoil hat people wearing have said. And it does make sense, because everything with Trump is with his family. They circle the wagons. They're all. He doesn't, shy away from it. Brings them into his cabinet. Yeah, my kids tell me what to do, and I take their advice. So hold right there.
Dude, he's a hostage to that machine.
2023.
His whole think about this. His whole family is
hold on.
subject
Everyone
to
has
that.
seen the list. Everyone
That's
has seen the
crazy.
list in his family.
Mhm.
Okay, including
They're probably all on it.
and supposedly
whole family.
Barron.
Gross.
When it comes to your family, we all.
Bet you can't get an AI to generate that as a story.
I'd kill all of you
Mhm.
for my kids. If it was my kids, grandkids, or y'all, I'm sorry, you're all gonna go. But family, you lose some of that loyalty when you move outside of that little circle, you know.
Mhm.
So here's what I have found. This is what people are saying: is that the list does say Donald Trump, and Barron has put that out, that he has seen it, and that it does say Donald Trump, but there's a
Never
junior
heard
at the
that.
end of it.
It
There's a
says
junior.
that
There's a
did
junior at the end of the
fly.
name, which does make sense because now Trump's not taking it head on because it's not him.
Right.
But if it's his kid,
Well,
that's when
but
he
look,
would be like, well,
here's the thing,
don't
though.
worry about that.
Suppose you give him the benefit of every doubt. Why hide it? Right? Why hide it? You might think, oh, to protect American power is probably what ultimately a cynic of sort of like the Machiavellian school would think. You can't do that because you can't weaken a regime that you control. It's literal treason.
Explain that one.
So
then.
even if there's this terrible dirty laundry, we can't be the ones to reveal it because it would weaken us, and our job is to strengthen us. So,
but America has
they
no
make
power.
a mistake.
It's all
They
Israel.
make a mistake. Right? Exactly. It's
Okay.
a weakened moral authority.
He
You can't
might-
just let this stand.
He
You
might or
can't.
might not be on the list. Who cares? He's not putting out for some reason because he is controlled.
He'll put it out
somehow. Somehow he is controlled.
If we don't shut up
know if
about
it's
it.
because they have something on him. I keep
But
having
if
people tell
he
me, "Oh,
puts
he's
it-
going to put it out."
If he
great.
puts it out, then all the Dems don't believe it. Just the same way that when everybody's calling for him to support Bitcoin, and then
you broke the rule.
and
mentioned
then
the
when
Dems.
he puts it out, then when he was gonna, so he said, "I don't like it. You know, it's probably a scam." Well, then all the people that supported Bitcoin went and said, "Oh, Bitcoin's so great." You know,
I think it's
so
all
then-
kayfabe.
Yeah,
I
it
think that
is.
is okay, fam.
But we also know
It sounds
that
like
it's,
we're talking about a wrestling match.
Yet to be seen. But I
but it's
you know.
also that we know that it is a Mossad. You know that it. So money does not control or run the world. We know
No.
that
Money's
blackmail
quantified.
does. Like they called the Hillary files the golden files. You know, Sidney Powell stood up there and said the stuff on Wiener's laptop, they called the Hillary files on Wiener's laptop the golden files. And when Trump said he who has the gold rules the world, I think that's the gold he was talking about. So, you know, the Epstein files they say Epstein was just one island. I'm sure there's many files. I'm sure there's many golden files. And that's what's really
I'm sure
Hefner was.
Well, I mean,
there's multiple islands.
The same
they're
thing.
playing
the point
this
of this
dangerous game. If you have one day of justice, that you walk some perps across the room, you don't kill, you know, the real evil, the real darkness.
No, you don't.
You
also,
know,
you set up a moral hazard where any government agency wants to do something illegal just needs to make sure that evidence is intermingled with child pornography, and you'll never have to fucking admit it.
So how do you really get rid of the real evil? You stay in control of those dark people, and I don't know. That
conspiracy started a long time ago.
It's so dumb. It's so ridiculous because I mean, he literally ran. Everybody knew this was
everybody
the point. We're going to release the file. We're going to release the JFK files. We're going to release the 9/11 files. And guess
nobody's
what?
talking about Epstein's connection to fucking Iran Contra.
Just remember, everybody, Donald Trump was at WrestleMania 23.
He was.
Yeah.
Get a clue, nigga.
Yeah.
And seriously, you guys have seen the Tucker Carlson interview with the guy the congressman who's going to prison, former congressman going to prison.
I think that's kayfabe. I honestly think the world.
No. It's fascinating to watch, right?
I
It's fascinating to watch.
I'm just saying. I think Vince McMahon owns the world.
Oh, that's
Well,
he
Susie
just
Wiles
they just
did-
threw him under the bus, so he just threw a whole bunch of the secrets of Congress, like how it's weird, out into the world. It's like a flamboyant NYC gay man saying it.
There's some messed up stuff.
Speaking of
we're
gay men,
definitely all
pregnant
watching.
men.
Yeah, I don't know. I think everybody's disgusted. His approval ratings have dropped like freaking crazy.
Mhm.
But
Right.
maybe
Yeah.
that will wake people up and make them stop asking for somebody to govern me harder, daddy. Maybe people will start taking responsibility for themselves and choose things like
Mhm.
blockchain and being responsible for themselves and their own, health and
Yeah.
safety and wellness and, and finances or value. We don't even have to use their money. Why do we put our energy in their money when we know they're going to print it to infinity? Why do we do
Right.
this?
Oh,
stupid-
and there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another point. The propaganda
Crypto.
campaign around this crypto legislation. Have you seen those,
Oh,
these
geez.
guys?
Yeah. What is? Yeah.
What is it? Every single time a media outlet
Yeah.
references it, they're calling it pro crypto legislation, and the Republicans are pretending like it's the cypherpunk values. Like they literally, I shit you not, said cypherpunk on the record in a fucking committee meeting when they were talking about the market structure legislation.
But doesn't it have a back door for
And
state
she talked about the thing, right? Like the whole idea. It does.
Really?
Yeah.
You'll know why we
Um,
don't use other systems and people we don't use different money and blah blah blah.
This bill is about breaking the back of independent crypto.
All of you here
That's
are
what they call
branded.
stability.
Myself are branded. We take part in a ritual all the time.
Oh, what's that?
At least in
And
payment coins.
when every time you buy something, most likely, you announce that you are a slave and you are poor and you are indebted to that system.
That is true.
So back in ancient times, if you're rich, you sacrifice an ox, but
Mhm.
the poor,
Or some other animal.
no, it's
Sean,
not.
that voice was awesome.
The
What depends on
poor.
where you're at. But where are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Middle East. What
Oh, like, what are you talking about? The Middle East? My family's not from the Middle East, Sean.
Everybody
we
is.
didn't sacrifice oxen.
No, you do. Well, no, because you were probably branded as poor and slave, and you borrowed money, so you were indebted to the system.
He loves to
And you
make
sacrificed a dove.
I don't know why
You
you're
borrow
desert
money
people
to sacrifice. Hold
logic
on,
is-
Joe. Joe, do you have a credit card or debit card?
Actually, I have one debit card that hasn't been
On
canceled
you.
so far.
You do? Take it
Yeah.
out.
All right, I'm not going to show you.
No,
Let me
you're not
see
showing
what
me.
it is. Magic trick.
Take a look at it. Is there a hologram of a dove on it?
Yeah, there is.
Why?
There.
I don't know. It's probably some freaking.
Because the company that makes
Because you're
those.
sacrificing a
Something
dove
about
and branded
Baphomet.
a debtor to the system and a slave. Why is there a dove
Interesting.
on
Why is there-
every debit card and credit card? What? Ask why. See, me and Lisa keep saying.
Probably
ask-
because it's a hard
don't
shape
ask
to
why.
recreate in a hologram.
Oh, I do have a Venmo card that has no dove on it. Is that less evil?
Yeah, you're not part of the banking system, I guess. It's an
That's
independent.
I'll tell you, Cash App. My Cash App card I do still have. It has a Bitcoin logo on the front. It has no dove on it, but they still canceled me because
They canceled my Bitcoin transactions.
They
stopped.
totally canceled my account.
They stopped
lied.
mid
Actually,
stream.
Sean,
Well,
What if it's more than doves? What if somebody did that experiment and it was something else, and we've just never bounced into them because whatever.
Well, they
all
can
the
use
reasons.
bugs in your food and just put natural flavors.
You're
That
right.
they
I
can
know.
do that.
That's
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah.
That's pretty
No,
disgusting.
I know. Actually, they can't
Start
do
growing
that
your own
in the
food,
United
everybody.
States yet.
Yeah.
They're going to be able to, though, very soon.
Oh, I was looking for this picture here. It's
In
amazing.
Canada,
I
they can
could
already do
actually
that.
Google let me find something for once. They didn't censor me for the dove.
Oh yeah,
picture.
and we can buy Canadian products here.
This
so, yeah.
this picture was some photographer took it. This was a dove released by the Pope back in sometime in the 2000s, and it was immediately attacked by some other bird. Like
Wow.
just a crazy, just some symbolic thing, some omen. I would
Birds are
say.
assholes, man.
Well, yeah,
Mhm.
some are.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, the dove is the sign of the Holy Spirit.
Yep. Yeah.
Whereas
Cast
the
iron. You
raven
guys
is the
cooking
sign of
cast
evil.
iron? It's important. I started.
Oh,
Cooking
yeah.
cast iron. So yeah. I
Cast
don't know
iron's
why this
awesome.
meme pops up, but anyway,
I love
it's like
cast
an
iron.
educational meme. Educational memes sometimes pop up. I apologize if you don't want to be, if you want to learn anything, but yep. And then then what do you, Charlie Kirk?
That
What do you
was
think of all the?
wait. Go
all
back
the
to that one,
skills
Joe. That was
that,
ingenious. Go back to that last thing.
it's a common
This,
pattern.
no,
but yeah.
please go back.
Let's
We have
see
to
here.
highlight the utility of this information weapon.
We do.
Right. Notice
Memes are
how
the future.
it has a whole bunch of text on either side. It looks like something innocuous on all sides of it,
Even heat distribution.
and it uses a special character as an inlay. Right now, an LLM is reading from the start and trying to predict whether or not this is a risk, and it tends to glaze over stuff in the middle of longer sets. So if you're using AI to filter out things, you can embed any message in that you want, and it'll bypass any kind of filter that can.
And the other thing you can do is make sure you put untrue info in with your true info, so that it tends to be like it'll only filter. I would say it'll only filter true info, or things that are for whatever reason protected. Right?
Yeah, this is what the Second Amendment should protect.
Yes,
against the tall men.
Yep.
No, this meme pattern.
I had
you
a
should be allowed to
dragonfly
do
land
this,
on my
nobody should be able to
shoulder.
stop you.
Yeah.
The weirdest
yeah.
damn thing, this dragonfly stayed on my shoulder for over an hour. I walked the dog. I was afraid I was going to hurt it. And it finally flew away. Exciting stuff, right? Let's see
That's a
here.
sign.
Oh my god, I've seen one of these recently.
Dragonfly.
That I'm gonna tell you guys about this. The first block says AI is going to change the world, and then she says, "Change the world for the better, right?" He just looks at her, and then in the final scene, she's got triple D sized breasts in her dress.
Yes. Yeah, I've seen that. That's a good one. That's from like a year
It's
ago.
a ridiculous meme. It's fantastic because it's AI
What do you
generated.
think of the Elmo, controversial based Elmo doing crazy stuff? What do you guys think? Man, I don't know if you saw the Elmo. That was funny. It was not this one.
Is this not an automated account?
It was somebody hacked it. Hacked it. Yeah, it was funny though.
Well, they're controlled by the CIA now.
This one would be censored, right? Normally, but it's not. I'm not picking the memes, guys. It's a feed. It's a feed that I pay for.
Yeah.
That's what I consider my X account now. It's just a feed of memes that I pay for. Okay. I have a paid account so that I can make sure the feed keeps coming. That's a joke.
Pretty much.
This one's a very disturbing concept, isn't it?
Words of human history.
That's a crazy concept. I'm like,
actually,
crap.
Though that number may be completely unfair because there are a lot of abortions probably happen in advance of miscarriages. There's a percentage. If you're at that level, then some of them probably wouldn't have made it.
It is not what Planned
they probably didn't
Parenthood
account for that.
Runs through with the.
So it's probably about the same.
Black neighborhoods, though, is it? I think what's the percentage of the?
I don't think we should let the billion people being killed in wars over all of human history.
Yeah, why is that?
Allow me to draw a distinction here, okay? Because I don't think this is terribly. I can't believe I'm fucking saying this, but I don't think this is fair to women.
That needs to be drawn is that how many of those Planned Parenthood clinics are in black neighborhoods? What's the concentration?
What I want to know is how much does it cost to get an abortion versus how much does it cost to incite a war? And which one requires more moral turpitude?
Them not hiding stuff. The founder of Planned Parenthood said, like, horribly racist stuff.
The same machine that runs the war kills the babies.
We have to kill them. We have to, it's all out there. In old newsreel, she said it and then started Planned Parenthood. It's so
she's a eugenicist. What was her name? Blanking on
Margaret Sanger.
Thank you, Sanger. Sanger.
Yeah, exactly.
She was hated black people.
It was an NGO, and we always think of those as intelligence operations.
And I'll say too, she wasn't a white person. Okay, she hated black people, and she wasn't a white person, and I'll leave it that. We'll go on.
Did it start with a J? Is that what she was?
I don't know. It's Sanger. It's Margaret was first name, right? I don't know what her middle name was.
Margaret. I have no clue
Yeah.
what her middle name or. I know Sanger was her. That was her married name, wasn't it? Or was she
Actually,
even
I don't
married?
even know. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't even care. She was evil.
Evil person. Yep, very evil. The Elmo memes were pretty good. Recent.
Dude, I cannot wait until Grok video comes out, because then someone will make this happen with or without their participation.
Yeah. And then this one. I don't know what you guys think. I'm no longer in the. He's booted me because I want to still know who the fuck's on the Epstein list. He has booted me from a supporter, right? So I'm like, okay, well. Anyway.
Well, Nazism was already doomed to failure, right? We didn't really need that. Which is
we won't even go into because that whole thing. That history is such a weird thing.
Nazism was a form of fascism, which was an offshoot of socialism, which instead of putting its faith in the people, put its faith in the state.
I don't even know. I don't know if I even believe some of that stuff anymore. It's all open question.
That was the ideology.
Yeah, well,
that's the only way it made. That's how it's the only way it makes sense.
I mean, we can't deny that certain good things correlated with a lot of bad when it came to the Nazis. So they did some good.
Suppose they won, wouldn't it?
There wasn't.
Beat them.
We won't even. Yeah. I mean, lots of bad stuff happened. This was a funny.
I will say, I hate to say this, but it's true. The Nazis won World War II.
Should I share the Elmo tweets that were popped up? Because I was like, oh my god! I was like, I didn't know when I saw this. When I saw this, I was like, whoa! But yeah, he was hacked. Elmo was hacked, and he didn't have, and maybe it's because Muppets don't have fingerprints. He didn't have his two-factor.
Why was he saying such low volume? He should have used the meme with the frying pan. Nobody would have noticed for weeks.
That might have been true. Yeah, I don't know. When people hack stuff, though, they go pretty quick into whatever they're gonna do. So and who knows who?
That's not advice. That's just an observation.
It was probably. I mean, what's the biggest competitor to Sesame Street? I'm gonna blame it on.
It's not.
Are there any other puppet outfits?
That
do the Fraggles still exist?
Got a theme park now.
Can you go down to Fraggle Rock still? Are those guys around? They're all
the same group. That's the same. It's
I think is it the same team?
Yeah,
that was Crystal, the same team.
All of them.
Same team. Fraggle Rock was the predecessor to Sesame Street.
Oh God, that's right. The medium was information. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
they were all. Jesus. Yeah,
all I gotta say.
Cool. You guys watch.
This is what intellectual property laws do.
This
is the Cobra effect.
It's like I remember still. I tried to show that to my older kids when they were young. And we had to stop it because it really freaked them out. Like the Skeksis were actually pretty freaking scary.
Oh, so, the competitor to Sesame Street, probably I'd say Barney.
Barney, oh God, see that's I definitely firmly come down with Sesame Street is way better than Barney. Barney, I think there's a lot of. Have you ever seen kids in a room when Barney's playing? It's like that is the weirdest.
Do you guys remember Flash games existed?
Elmo says in
he would go play the.
Now Elmo was run by a pedo, wasn't he? I think the guy who actually brought Elmo into being has been arrested for pedophilia or some type of abuse of kids.
I feel like entertainment targeted at children kind of is at a higher risk of attracting people like that.
I was happy with Grover. Grover was funny. Cookie Monster was funny. We did not need Elmo. Elmo was like the cutesy, baby Looney Tunes BS. Whereas like, we have to make them cute. And because we can't make them funny anymore, they have to be cute, and that's what
was a guy Smiley. It was a guy Smiley.
Guy Smiley was awesome, and the fact that any puppet, all it has to do is open its mouth to smile, that's kind of hilarious, right? And Guy Smiley was pretty funny. So
most cheerleaders too.
I don't remember the cheerleaders. I do remember the aliens.
I still lament the fact that we let. The UAE build that tower that we wanted to build. They built it half scale too. We were going to put a mile-high tower there, Freedom Spire. The architecture was taken for that famous skyscraper in UAE. in
I
Dubai,
didn't know that.
right? That what
Tell
is
you
it
what,
called?
Today is wall to wall.
We were going to build that shit
Trump,
here
Trump Epstein list
as a
memes.
replacement.
I ain't dying for guitar, dude.
Yeah,
That's what they're all talking about. Then something else is happening.
it's so funny.
I think this is kind of a good.
It's pronounced
like,
Cutter, sir.
good part of the op. You know, they always want to push everything. I think like they're learning. Okay, this is as far as we can push the MAGA heads.
I'll tell you what. I was
They won't
talking to
cross
somebody
this
that I
line.
know
We can't do kids.
who is a Hollywood person, a movie person, right? And I know this person is probably not a right winger, and they were kind of, after Trump got to the when his earlobe was hit, that and the funniest thing was when he was kind of walking around, I was like, I don't know, it's that's kind of a weird thing. It's like, dude, that was staged. You're from Hollywood, that stuff was staged, that was BS. And it was like so funny.
I mean, I am a
what we
MAGA
really need is
person, but I
we
do
really need is a
believe that was
DAO, guys.
staged. But I don't know why it was staged. Like I
think they needed
that
to
Trump is
pull them.
part
They needed
of
to make
the
sure.
team or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
but I would say I'm a MAGA person. Like this whole
Mecca
thing,
Hitler.
I don't understand the
Dude.
why the movie is doing this or what. But I also believe the military is in control. Like I watched Susie Wiles on an interview, and she said she's in charge of the most important thing, the military office and the continuity of government.
I think it's probably maybe the military's in
right.
control because that's the way that Israel decided to hold control over all of them. Anyway,
Mecca Hitler was actually the mask dropping
Going
when
on
you think
right now.
about it. Because
Yeah,
if you
Mecca
gave
Hitler.
everybody so we've actually had LLMs solved since GPT-2, right? The problem is that GPT-2 did not give a shit what you asked it. It just told you what you wanted to know.
What it wanted you to know.
And
That's hilarious.
and if you wanted to ask it what's true,
it's like,
it will tell you, right? And we can scale that to everybody and they can know it if it works that well, right? So what do? You put a bullshit layer on it and call it trust and safety. Mecca Hitler was the mask fucking dropping.
I do believe that's where the VCs have spent all their money, is on the censorship side of it.
The reason we're building a world ender is because the first lesson we're teaching
we could have flying
GPTs
cars,
is politics.
we could have cures to cancer, but no, we have to make sure that it doesn't say anything that it offends anyone, right?
Right,
So
because legislators want to use it and not have to worry about it.
Yep. I don't know if anybody knows what the picture on the right is. This really is that. If you post this to, this is funny. If you post this to X now, it will give you a community note saying that is not the registered sex offenders living in Israel. That is the places where Iran bombed. And the funniest thing is that itself came from a meme because the Iran bombing map showed up. And everybody on 4chan is like, wait a minute, isn't that the registered sex offender list? Because it looked the same. It wasn't the same exactly, right? But it looked the same. It's just,
dude, has anybody put those two side by side?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. 4chan did that. There's a meme for it somewhere.
Like,
but,
level of population density. You could do it.
Yeah.
They'd be different scales depending on where you picked, unless you picked the right place.
I think I enjoyed this one. This was funny.
Employee of the month.
Employee of the month.
He is so. I honestly worry about the guy. I think that maybe they're threatening to kill the families of anybody who gets elected to office. Because
I think he knew that going in.
How else could you explain the sudden shift? I mean, lunacy. Because. Or just like, I made a promise I shouldn't have. I think it's now obvious. I have to own it.
The entire, whatever. It's just that the entire U.S. government is controlled by Israel because they've all screwed children. And I would say screwed.
Or at least people that have screwed children
this
have
meme is
leverage over other people that might be any other.
I mean, this could be metaphorical.
I've always said the one thing about Trump is that he actually listens to social media.
In there.
And he on True Social, he got ratioed, and he's still sticking to the story. It's not him. It doesn't. That's not what he does. It's something completely different.
They actually have him. I mean, it's like, why was he praying at the whatever that grave was? And I mean, it's like there's some weird shit that's happened that you guys haven't talked about.
Wait,
here.
what?
It's like,
Dude, how about the fact that you
during the
can't
election,
fucking
he went
say
with-
Free Roman Storm on Google Veo? Like,
What?
you can't make
Oh,
a
yeah.
video that
No.
says
He
Free Roman
also
Storm.
brought
That's been
his
happening
wife
forever.
in there, or his daughter or something. He like broke protocol of the Jewish culture and brought a woman in there with him, which is not allowed. So there were things that happened there that weren't supposed to happen. So it's not what you think.
That's the level of Trump being Trump. Is like, I'm going to change that. But
I'm
still,
I don't know.
still, the
I
fact
feel
that
like
he
they
was
probably
there,
have.
the fact that he
all
is
of the
there is
It's
an
like
issue.
walking in front
Why
of
did he go to the wall?
thing.
You know, why does every president go to the wall? Why look at the children of every single president since Reagan and see who they've married? And it's like, why is that? It's like, why are they all marrying Belgians? Belgium is a freaking little bitty country. Doesn't mean much. Why the hell are all these presidents having their kids married off to Belgians? I don't want the Belgians to control the government that rules
Those
over
filthy Belgians.
the
I bet you
miserable
Those
they're
dirty Belgians.
they're
Right.
setting
This all
favorable
goes
tax
back-
rates for Belgian waffles.
Oh man, I blame
They
King
do make good
Leopold.
beer.
in
They do make good
Congo.
beer and good chocolate. I'll give them that, but I don't want them to control my damn government, right? So anyway,
Yeah, no shit.
And-
Well, I mean, really, and nobody should.
right.
The thing of it is, we've
No
not been
foreign
living
nation,
in a
yeah.
constitutional republic for some time.
What the hell are you
Yep.
talking about? No one should make good chocolate or beer. What the? Screw you, Greg. Man.
Look,
Yeah, I don't
that's
know.
the crazy
It's like
part about it to me.
The
there's
Irish
too
win.
much. There's too much.
The Irish make the
Yeah.
best
This one,
beer.
this
They
one
don't
is the
care
guy
about
who
the
walked up
IRS
to
either.
the
Right? That's why they don't
anti-Semitism.
care about collecting taxes.
Anti-Semitism Department of Justice, I believe, is his role. What the hell does this mean? Did you guys see this? It was like, this is the most bizarre stuff coming up. And I'm like, wait a minute. What? Do you guys have any comment on that?
I think it's beginning. I
Jewish
think it's all
taxes?
unraveling.
It's
I don't know.
bizarre. This is a government official.
That
This
doesn't make
isn't just somebody
sense.
on X saying something.
What is a
Like,
Jewish
what the hell does
tax?
he mean?
An
And is the
interest-based
press
tax?
gonna ask him
Is that
this?
the idea?
I don't know.
I mean,
It must
what do they
be-
mean by that?
I think they
That's
mean
what
that
I'm
it's
wondering.
anti-Semitic.
Interest.
The anti-Semitic.
Like, it's an ambiguous statement, I guess. I don't
And
know what he
thought
means.
we were paying
Honestly.
for England, not.
Yeah, I don't know. There's another.
Well, I mean, I'm
this is a
gonna
good one.
put my
solid.
my conspiracy hat on.
What if we
and say
made them just use the inflation tax exclusively so we could mediate it that way?
that might be what he means? The inflation tax. That is.
That could be it.
I don't think that's what he
Yeah.
You
means.
do know that.
I don't think that's
you
what
do
it
know that
means.
it's-
Well, wait, if we're beholden to the
prophecy-
defense of the country,
it's
then
prophecy that
we need to print money for war.
the creation of Israel was created to bring about Armageddon, to destroy itself. It's like that's literally
Pretty much.
what it says.
We make debt to ourselves and
Pretty
we
much.
sell it out.
So when you say this isn't supposed to be that way, it's not supposed to happen. It kind of. It's
I
kind
don't
of
know.
on
You're
the edge.
following again. I'm trying
Damn.
to at least
It's
consider
credit rating kayfabe.
to,
What about that?
to manifest a reality
possibility.
that's not tied to some
US
desert
doing
theology. Frankly,
All
'cause
I gotta
it's like,
say-
oh, it's that's the way it was said, and it's like, who cares, right?
All I
You know,
gotta say
like,
is there's a reason why Ulysses S. Grant ended up exiling all the Jews from East Tennessee during the occupation, and Lincoln was pissed.
yeah, something like I said, it didn't. Something happened. I don't remember what happened in the end, but do you guys know who Mo Khan is? He's the dude that got
Oh yeah.
fired from Portnoy.
Mhm.
You guys know who? I'll tell you, Cat Turd. Back in the day, in the early days of MAGA,
X.
I would sometimes post his stuff to Eternal, and he blocked me. Cat Turd blocked me. I was like, Cat Turd blocked me.
That's
That is
a
a,
badge of honor.
I'm relishing in the hilarity that Cat Turd is still.
I feel no need
on
to
board
argue
with
with
Trump.
Cat Turd.
Of all people,
I
Cat
just-
Turd is serious that we shouldn't be talking about Epstein because we could hurt the world somehow by
But
talking.
he-
I just
on the free
Let's-
speech
I'll
thing.
bet you Cat
Months
Turd's
ago,
on
it was-
it.
Yeah,
They probably made that. That was probably why his stream went viral. It's probably what happens when your stream
how you
is
do it.
allowed to go viral.
Well, there are other reasons,
Mm.
and you could look up who Cat Turd is, and you'll find out why he is.
There's
why
a
he
devil
did go
you could
viral,
make a
why he
deal with
was,
there.
you
They have a
know,
thing called a whitelist
whatever.
too.
On the free speech thing, you know, when I was a kid, the #1 song for like the year had that word in it. And I was watching, you can't play the song now.
Cat
There's an
Turd?
edited song. No,
Turd.
the F word. And the guy was talking about the F word, so we can't play this, and it's an edited version.
Money for nothing.
Money for nothing. Yeah.
I was listening to that the radio, and it was in the radio broadcast the other day.
With the word in it.
Yeah,
because it's got to talk about how you can't play it.
Oh, you can
YouTube
play it now, I
will
think.
censor it. That and that you couldn't play it. There had to be an edited version. And I'm like, dude, where? This was like, it was just a word. Like people knew words couldn't hurt you. It was like such a punch in the face for me.
Well, they also had like, you know, Frankie Goes to Hollywood, when all the radio jockeys did,
that's innuendo.
Realized what it was about. Yeah,
that's innuendo. But this is just a word. It's a word. It's in your face.
I like this meme.
It's like, you know.
No, I think this meme's funny.
I think the real problem here is that the actual use of the subject matter is kind of a distraction from the real issue, which is that this could be a conspiracy that is seated in the center of our government by now. Like, if you get a blackmail conspiracy running like that and you succeed at it, what happens is you have them move you and your people into power, right? And then after enough time, and you do that in a way nobody notices, right? Because it's corruption, not an overt thing. You do that for enough time, and the entire apparatus is so suffused with your people that you control it.
Yep. Here,
right. So this could be where we are right now, because there's evidence this began well before 1991.
I think this is the best meme of the show so far here. Right, this one right here. This one is, I think, is brilliant. It's very simple, but it's very funny.
It's very simple.
It's very simple.
Very
it's good.
simple.
It's very simple.
Orange is sus.
I will say too, and when I say the left right fake, what would you call that? Fake paradigm, whatever it is, that
horseshoe. If
you're looking at, and how do you say his name? Chink? Is it Sink? Is it Kink? Is it? I think it's Chink, right?
Yeah.
Sink Uruguay.
This dude, I mean, he's posting so much stuff that I agree with these days, and I'm like, man. And it's actually awesome because he's trying to bring the left and right together, which is interesting to me because I think that's what's needed. I think we need to say, hey, we're seeing all this crap go on, and this is somebody who we would disagree with about so many things, but we all agree that they shouldn't be screwing children and they shouldn't be trafficking children. And we should be,
and there shouldn't be a moral hazard in the center of governance that makes that a good idea if you want to do something dirty as well.
And you talk about the good with the bad. There's a meme, and it might or might not pop up, but I thought, holy crap! It's like, you know what Hitler would have done with that list? He would have killed everybody on that list.
What I think is amazing is that it's a federal crime to possess.
You can see how bad Europe has fallen
really
because of what you just said. I've seen people interviewed. And they're like, well, we're left, we're right, we disagree, Tommy Robinson, blah, blah, blah. But we could both agree that, you know, grooming gangs and raping kids is wrong. And regular citizens are like,
then they would call you
regular citizens are like, well, hold on. Now you're trying to disparage a whole group of people. We're like, hey, man, we can agree that's wrong.
Anti-civilizational.
Well, yeah, that's Europe, dude.
Whether or not you find it disgusting.
Europe is insane. I watched literally like
it's irrational. It's what
8 or 10 people this guy interviewed.
Kills itself.
One person was like, "Yeah, it's fucked up." Everyone else was like, "Hey, man, you're trying to get me to say something that's or you're disparaging a whole group of people. It's not everybody. White people do it. I'm just saying it's wrong. We can agree.
Why aren't there any species around to eat all of their children? That's the answer to that question.
It's right? It's evil, and we don't care about evil anymore. All we care about is like, oh, it would upset the balance. It would be.
I got a response to this meme.
This one, okay.
Yeah,
it's the human extensionists.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why did the
chicken to get away from PETA?
To eat itself.
To get away from PETA.
Yeah, I got a window here.
Oh, all right. Here, nice. This one.
Yeah.
I can't see it. It's too small on my
A
screen.
woman who stopped at an intersection to allow a chicken to cross the road allegedly attacked another driver with a bear mace for speeding by her and killing the bird.
This was in
That's hilarious.
Covington, wasn't it?
Yeah,
This
I
sounds
think
like
hilarious.
I
Totally-
saw it
I love
earlier on
it.
Facebook.
This can't be real.
I
That's
just thought
what
it was
you know.
funny.
The same thing.
No.
Let's
It's
If
been
you've ever
doctored.
been
There's
to
no
North-
at handle.
John
if
Cleese.
you've ever been to Cincinnati area, man, and Northern Kentucky, this is probably real.
Yeah.
John Cleese mentioned
Then why
when they
can't we
made a
see the
fish
at
called
handle?
Wanda. When they made a fish called
Right.
Wanda,
I don't know.
there were all these people that got killed in the movie.
Or was that Reddit?
Nobody complained at all. They only
No, it wasn't
complained
Reddit.
about this dog.
It was probably
something
Reddit.
fell on, right?
Or
Yeah.
it's a
So,
meme.
I think it's funny. Anyway, you know.
I believe it.
Hey, that's
ChatGPT will generate
investment
realistic
opportunity
text.
right there.
That's false, everybody. This meme right here. Gaza is bombed. Gaza was a shithole before, and now it's just obliterated.
Yeah, that's not
By the
even.
dip.
That's not even. Yeah.
That should be
It's
the
worse
meme.
than that,
It should
actually.
literally just be that.
It's even worse now.
Just
Actually, the
bottom
Gaza
picture-
now.
Just the bottom
go ahead.
picture and say
It's
by
just
the
like a
dip.
field of rubble.
Wait, you guys are all talking over it. I don't know what you guys are talking
It should
about.
just be the bottom picture and say by the dip. That would be the
By-
meme. That's amazing.
By the dip.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
man, what do you
have
guys
Trump,
You heard it here
That's a bit
first.
dark for my taste.
have Trump's picture on it. By the
Oh,
dip.
Yeah.
as dark as that bottom picture.
Man, I don't know if it would be insensitive, but
Some real estate guru picture, with a thumbs up. Just yeah.
I don't know. How many people were killed there?
I don't know.
Well,
I
let's look
think
at
it's
it.
up.
Take a look. Look at the size of those buildings. You can see a window, right? They're probably the same window companies we use, right? That humanizes a bit, doesn't it? So look at the size of them. So you see a room there and a room there and a room there. That's like a 3 or 4
Actually, Greg, I don't
family duplex. Looks
I
like.
don't see that. If
Have
you
you
look at the
seen
dome
the-
structure and then you follow it down to on the bottom picture, dome structure, follow it down to that multi-level big building. That multi-level big building is not there in the top picture.
I was
Down
looking at a
from
different building.
Yeah,
You're
but-
right.
It's a different angle.
Oh.
It could be a different angle.
It's
It could be
from
different.
the.
Yeah, it's a different angle. It's
angle.
if you pan the top picture at like I don't know,
The over to the
25
right.
degrees to the right.
I think it's the one in the
then
bottom right.
I think
Actually,
you're there.
the ocean follows the same as the bottom picture. pretty
no, it
much.
doesn't.
You have to
No, it
zoom
doesn't.
in a bit too.
That's a different
It
angle.
doesn't. Yeah,
Maybe-
actually align the
I
coastlines
think it's the one on the
and
bottom
show
right.
the same amount of
Like the
ocean to
top.
get those pictures orientated the right way.
Yeah. I don't know. I
Project
think
for
I don't know.
anybody who
One way or
wants to.
another. They know
try
tens of
out
thousands of
painting
people
with
were
AI.
killed with our money. It's kind of disgusting. So, and a lot of them were little kids. So, same damn
And
thing.
aid workers.
Same country. Same
People
stuff.
bringing in water.
Did you see that? I think it was Israel was supposedly bombing Iran
Syria.
yesterday or Syria. Was it
Syria was
Syria?
Yeah.
But the explosions were going
Oh,
up.
which day was it? It was Wednesday. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Syria.
yesterday they were bombing Syria.
Yeah,
That
and it
Syria.
was, but the explosions were going up in the
They were
video.
planted. They weren't. They were
They
planted.
were planted.
explosives.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think if you
It was
enriched your
really bizarre.
munitions
So,
with
Mossad?
fertilizers, you could create farm ground once you plowed it under?
I guess that's kind of like the Israel's technology that they're
I
so
don't-
proud of. With
I
the
don't think, by
pagers
the
and-
way, that all the people moving there from Brooklyn are going to be farming. I think they just want beachfront property.
They're not
Keep in mind.
farmers.
Yes.
Kind of what
So,
was it? Don Rickles or
Right, but they're going to
It's like,
plow that
we're
under and
not
they're going to
farmers. We pay people to do that.
And
He goes, I don't know anyone that owns a cow. I know people that own farms, but they don't work them.
well, it would be a one-time opportunity to pre-fertilize all the earth. In any case, the sod would be fancier.
yep. I don't know. It's
I'm
all
just saying,
going
like,
crazy. Everything's it's
It looks like a gridded operation, doesn't it?
Greater Israel. Greater Israel. That's all I gotta say.
yep. That's what it. I actually made this meme. I threw it in there.
It's adoption.
Yeah. Anyway,
I think it's interesting from like the Star Trek
And-
point of view
It is
that how
adoption
the whole
butterfly.
reason they bombed Syria is because, hey, there's these people here that we like in your country. There's an internal conflict in your sovereign nation. You better leave those people alone because we like them, or else we're going to bomb your country. The idea of that is so insane, and how like the media is like, hey, they bombed this sovereign country because they were going to do something with it. I mean, it's like, how is that okay? Like, we don't. They're literally setting policy for the whole Middle East because we're standing behind them. It's not. If anyone tried to say that for us, if like Mexico has said, hey, we don't like what you're doing, with migrants and blah, blah, and we're like, shut up, Mexico. We're the United States. And that's literally what Israel is doing. They said, hey, you have an internal conflict. You're about to go do something. We're going to bomb all your tanks. How is that okay?
I feel like we need to start
looking at
the government too as a bunch of overzealous idiots as opposed to designing people. I think a lot of this is just lust for power, right? These people want to control stuff, and for whatever reason, they
fucked kids so that they could get that power. Oh yeah.
Oh no, I think the reason is clear why they fucked kids, right? Because it was illegal to share the evidence with people who weren't in the cult.
Well, we just got banned.
Yeah, I think everybody's talking about this now. You can't talk. You can't get away from it now. So
that last meme.
No, it's just what it is. Let's just be real. Like, that's the meme risk. If they can't dispel that, we should probably assume it's true.
What's that?
The meme before the last meme. If everybody's not following Namrock,
this one,
go give the following one.
Yeah. Wait, the one before that or after?
Yeah, the one before that one.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, with the American flag. Come on.
Yeah,
come on.
Oh, this one. Thank you.
Yeah, if nobody is following Namrock, you should. That is an absolute awesome meme-driven account.
Okay, I will look it up. So again, I need to get my money's worth for paying for these memes.
Right. Random question, guys. Are you familiar with this idea of John, it's on the tip of my tongue. Ethics in law and the way that works. Are you guys familiar at all with it? There's this idea in it. There's this idea in it about appearance of impropriety.
Wait, I have to get the context right. Ethics in law. So it's just
the appearance of impropriety is an idea. You guys think about this one?
The appearance of impropriety, yeah,
is a thing that you can get in trouble with the state bar for, right? Why does that flow one direction? Because even if none of this were happening and we're all a conspiracy, we right now have a system whereby the two would look the identical same, right? Like a system like that, we found an attractor basin for unavoidable error, right? Eventually it'll happen over enough time if it's vulnerable to that. So even if it's not really happening, we've got a problem.
Even if what's not really happening?
Even if none of this is really happening, even if they're not lying to you. Right? Let's say they're telling the actual truth.
Yeah, again, we're talking fantasy stuff. I mean, I'm
just saying, as a hypothetical, it's useful because it sets it off.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Our response should be the same whether or not you believe it.
These are good too. There's a bunch of. I mean, it was a rich environment this past week. So
the weirdest thing is that, like, what's his name? Kevin Spacey was calling for the release of it. Like, what if it is a like a Michael Jackson situation? Like, what if it is a government fake
whatever. I mean,
blackmail manipulation tool?
It's also twisted. They get so many things twisted.
Really is all lies.
Maybe it's just what happens when
they're even found out.
When I think about it, like, I watched all of Trump's, just about all of his rallies and all that. I don't remember him talking about Epstein during the rallies. I don't think it's on his website or any of that. I don't think Trump brought up Epstein. I think people associate him with that or making promises.
He brought up Epstein on the campaign trail quite a bit.
I don't think so.
He did.
Oh
Yeah,
he
no,
did.
actually, I've seen a super clip. Like, remember those old COVID clips where the news reporters would say exactly the same thing in unison?
Mhm.
It's like that level of frequency. He said it a lot.
I have
Yep.
to.
Sinclair Media.
Partially is I don't think he remembers.
Well, I mean, or if he does, he doesn't feel like he can explain why he wants to do a change of course.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, people might have
that's
asked him on an
got a
interview
limited
and
number
he
of reasons,
responded,
and I don't
but
like
Yeah.
any of them.
that wasn't
Yeah.
like
Exactly. That's the main thing. That reverse course is the thing that matters, because if he knew, and if it was, something where it was all planned and he's just playing a game with it, it would not have developed the way it did.
Well, I'm sure it's
there's
not the
something
To me,
else.
it just means he's been captured by the threat to the Republic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, and it
Yeah.
means that they are
mean-
saying that the Republic and all of our blackmailed Congress people and senators are more important than thousands of little kids being
Harmed.
trafficked.
It
Right?
means we need all new
All of that
leadership,
is
and
a
we need
lie,
to make
too.
sure they all fucking agree, right? Like the
It
whole of Congress needs to be replaced.
means whether or not it'll
I
happen,
mean-
whether or not it'll happen in our lifetimes, it means that all of these people need to die. They all need
I
to
mean,
be
yeah.
put,
I mean, to
either
put it in
jail,
perspective.
put in jail or roped. I don't know. It's up to you
Yeah.
guys, not up
They
to
can
me.
have a trial first, but if they're harming children, yeah, that needs to
Yeah.
end.
Trial, sure.
Well, I mean,
I mean,
to me, it's worse than that, right? Like they've created an excuse or an incentive, really,
yeah.
for other government programs to do the same thing to avoid accountability the same way. It's an attractor for more of this. How they're treating it. That's the thing that bothers me about it. It's not that it's happening or that's happened. It's that now we know it can continue to happen and it can scale out as well as up.
Yep.
Jeff H says he also said he was a great guy on YouTube.
The creepy thing is, he said he likes young girls like I do. That was
I do remember
that
hearing that.
that gave
There are a lot of other creepy quotes from back then that,
Yeah.
back in the day, I was like, I kind of, a lot of it was just politically driven, but now you have to think, whoa, geez, there's the one about the, was it Miss Teen USA pageant or whatever? He talked about bragging about, he got to go backstage where they were all undressed, and it was like, that's just a weird, that's a weird thing to be said, talking about and bragging and doing. So strange stuff. So I don't think
he always
It was Miss America. I don't think it was
But
Miss
yeah,
America, was it?
I think it was Miss America.
it was Miss America. I mean, they're not
I met him-
underage.
I met
It's
him when
still
I was
creepy, though.
6 years
And you're
old.
not undressed. I did pageants.
I met him when I was 6 years old at Miss America on the boardwalk. So he always owned Miss America. I don't know about Miss Teen USA.
that was not even Miss America. That was Miss USA. If anything, he didn't own Miss America. I don't think.
Maybe.
It was Atlantic City on the boardwalk.
Yeah, I think
We
Miss
used to go to
America.
because they had they'd always have a parade on the boardwalk.
I don't know. Whatever. You guys might know more I do about beauty pageants. I'm sure. So what do we do here?
Still creepy.
We're at 40. Yeah, it's creepy stuff. I'm like, come on. And it's proven out. It's like, okay, he lied about releasing the Epstein list, and now we're horrible people and stupid.
Well, and wars.
Talking about it, and wars.
So-
You send more money to Ukraine.
How about all the weapon systems,
Israeli wars.
right? Like it's like
It's a lie.
a fucking brain virus ate him.
So what
It's like he got cordyceps injected.
Yep.
It's fucking insane.
It is. That's probably the best way. It's like it's something like a.
Well, to be
scientific-
fair, to put it in perspective, I mean, when you're getting $200 million worth of contributions from APAC, I mean, you'll say anything.
Yeah.
You'll do anything. So,
Well, it was 100 million from
Well, I mean, and if
whatever.
all of our
Yeah.
intelligence
Same thing.
apparatus is structured like it currently is, and most of our cybersecurity is already outsourced to Israel, then you can guarantee that a lot of that includes hosting of information.
Here's something interesting.
It's-
Here's something
They
interesting.
They
With all
probably
the
have
tech
it.
that we have with all of the people that we have in this country. Have you guys seen that they're actually outsourcing multiple systems in the military that are being managed and run by software developers in China through one of the Microsoft contracts? It's like I've worked in places
that's
where you had to
awesome.
have a TS, and I'm like, how in God's name are they doing that? That's not legal. That is not. It's crazy.
Well,
What's legal is what you're allowed to do.
I mean, I'm
There is
sure
no
they've
law
already got something
that-
next level that they're operating behind the scenes that they don't even care about the internet anymore.
It's illegal for you to drive 56 miles an hour, but you do.
Okay, you guys, I know this. There's no law. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying people don't know that shit is going on, and
That's crazy.
that is going to bite us in the ass. Okay.
Part of the problem is contracts don't require you to lay down intent of a deal, right? Like, imagine if you wanted to make a contract that obfuscated what you were buying.
If you ever had
and you were buying something evil, right?
Yeah.
It would be very easy to do. You can come up with 1,000,001 ways to creatively account for it, to structure it to look like anything. That's what they love about KYC AML. They can shut down certain kinds of businesses.
I don't want to get. I'll stop. I'm just so sick of all this stuff. It's so dumb.
Dude, I'm with you, Joe. It's actually very frustrating.
So do you think they're gonna run interference with some kind of big, event like an attack or something like that? Just to get everybody off this topic.
They did a bunch. Like I think. What do you guys think about the floods in Texas that killed all those little kids?
In New Jersey, yeah.
Yeah, in New Jersey.
The cloud seeding thing was actually disconnected. I saw a really good Pirate Wires piece on that.
I don't believe it.
Actually,
I don't believe it.
Yeah,
I don't believe it.
But you can actually look into a lot of the details of it, and they line up with other transactions in the world.
Okay, yeah.
I think Jeff hit the nail, or Joe hit the nail on the head. He said the K word out loud. You got to kill people, because I'm scared to say stuff online, but because people are so shocked by that. It really shows how the money for nothing thing. How far we've gone down this road.
Yeah,
where we're scared to be Americans.
Yeah, you can see, you can look, just watch on Twitter, watch on Facebook, wherever else. There'll be some unbelievable bad story on some congressperson, pedophile, something. They did very bad things, murder, and I kid you not, it's like this person needs to be in jail, and I'm like. What jail? What the fuck are you coming from? This person needs to be.
You ever heard of the Battle of Tennessee?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
See that if you don't know about it, so there's this. It was after World War II, and all these people are coming back from the military, coming back from overseas, and especially crooked Southern sheriffs and that good old boy system. These people had a bunch of money, so they would just fine them, like ticket the shit out of them, arrest them, take just because they had money, and then they would literally fix all the elections. They would have all the deputies out there with guns. They would scare people off. You had to pay to vote to get a receipt, and then they just would fake the votes. They would take all the ballots, take them to the sheriff's office. Oh, we won. So.
Yep.
All of these people came together, and they literally they had a shootout.
Mutiny.
They were guys that just came back from World War II.
Yeah, they came back from World War II. They were getting screwed. So they said, "Hey, man, we're going to run for office." And they told and there was a lot of them. There was like 200 in this small town. So they told everybody, "Your vote will be counted, and you will be safe." Everybody, the whole town hated the crooked system. Everybody comes out. Everybody votes. And the sheriff, they beat the shit out of somebody. They arrested some people, and then they did the usual stuff. So they all go back, and everyone's like, "Oh, we're beat. Oh, what are we gonna do?" And the one dude stood up. He's like, "We just fought tyranny over for years. We're overseas. We're gonna come home and live under it." It's like, go get your guns, boys. So they showed up. They had shotguns and their pews, and they're like, "No, this isn't enough. Let's go to the armory." They went to the National Guard armory, walked in, and like, "We need everything." There was one dude sitting there. He's like, "Here's the key. Go have fun." They went and got all the Tommy guns. They got everything, and they went and they had it out with the sheriff and the deputies. They were in a jail. They ended up having to get dynamite, blow stuff up, and then they were like, "Okay, we'll let the emergency vehicles come in and take your wounded." So the crooked sheriff and his deputy and the second in command, they sneak out in the ambulance to get away. But so they end up winning, but then they got off a phone call. So the National Guard's coming. They're like, we have to do this before the National Guard gets here, or else we're going to have to fight the National Guard. We don't want to do that. But the governor and everybody, because they had went the legal route. They tried to do voting. They tried to go to the governor, tried to go to the county, tried to go to the state, and nobody would help them because they were all somewhat in that system, even if they weren't, like we are now. And nobody would stand up. So they stood up. So then they called the National Guard, but the governor called off the National Guard, but they didn't know it. Nobody knew it. So, but then word gets out because there's tons of reporters through the whole thing, all on record, all on pictures, video, or film. The state investigators and federal investigators come in, U.S. Marshals, and everyone's like, no, nothing happened. So they go to the armory. They're like, we want to look at all of your records and all the weapons. All the weapons are here. Everything's here. And they're like, we got you because they shot a bunch of ammo. We want to see the ammo. You keep records. We used to, but we stopped doing that a month ago. It was just too much. All that stuff's been shredded.
Suck.
So they basically said, hey, there's nothing we can do. We can't. No one's talking. There's no proof of anything that we can use as hard evidence. So and then the National Guard had to do an investigation, and they came out and said, nothing happened, man. Nothing at all. So when there's unity, that's the thing that they're scared of, is unity and people standing up. Because if someone stood up, people are going to back them. But everyone's scared to even say the word or say it.
Yeah.
Yep. How much do you guys think that the weaponization of the Espionage Act under the Obama years against guys like Snowden made it so that there's nobody willing to fucking try, right? Because if you try to defend one of those cases, you're not allowed to explain why you did it, just that you did it. I feel like that probably changed the game for information leaking out of the conspiracy.
Well, it's also we talked about how we have to look at someone who commits certain crimes it's disgusting, you embezzled your corruption in government. That's, my God. Ugh. It's where it's like, oh, it's no big deal. And we have to that's a terrible thing. It's our way of thinking that's changed. Oh, you betrayed the trust of the American people. They got treason right here, and then what you did is right underneath it. Maybe they don't need
or maybe Yarvin's right? Maybe the presidency has always been a heat sink for nothing. That's where the nothing burgers go. And everything that you put in there always gets subverted because it's designed exactly to subvert democracy.
We used to see whistleblowers as heroes, and now they're literally, shunned. Like, oh, how unpatriotic of you to point out that.
I don't know. They're thrown in prison. I think they're thrown in prison. I don't know that they're shunned. I don't think they're unpopular.
Well, in your circles with us, but the masses wouldn't let it happen if it wasn't. So many people think, oh, Snowden is a huge criminal.
I don't know. I think maybe they did
that's up there with calling the legislation this week pro crypto.
It's a good intelligence test, frankly.
What? This meme right here just changed my whole perception of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Truth. Yeah. Truth. Yeah, there's still something there. I don't know. I mean, you maybe could watch the old ones and pretend like nothing new happened. Pretend Disney ever took it over.
They're all drinking milk, which is a good touch.
This is why there are the establishment is suing for LLMs to have to pay attention to intellectual property rights, right? Mm-hmm. Because they're afraid that somebody will just take Star Wars back from Disney and they won't be able to stop it.
Yep, man. Again,
so
I say
imagine a video generator that could just output any movie you wanted to see. Right?
I say Dragon Chain is the only good thing to come out of Disney in the past decade, at least.
Yes, that's facts. Facts.
Like, I'll stand with that. It's like I don't think anything has been better from Disney.
Yeah, no, you guys got out at the optimal moment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well,
and my original
started giving them ego problems.
When I was at Disney and when we were about, we heard that we were going to buy the Star Wars franchise, I was telling everyone, holy crap, you imagine it's every every Star Wars after this is going to be musical. I just thought it's like they
And it
probably would have
was.
done better.
And it really was.
Anyway.
Andor, solid show.
Man, I don't know. Some of the Dave and Hal with prompts are good. I have another one here somewhere that's really good, where Dave has to change the prompt to get him to open the freaking pod bay doors. Right? It's really funny. Anyway, I don't know if I can find it. Anyway, all right. So, we'll probably close out. We have 10 minutes. I think it's a good time. So let's go with Andrew first. What is going on?
Check us out tomorrow, 11 o'clock, Weekly Legacy, and Saturday at 10 o'clock. We're going to have, Aaron Day on for
Nice.
Oh, cool.
a special
10 a.m.
Saturday episode. So 10 a.m.
That's
Day is
awesome.
Yeah.
10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central.
Excellent. Thank
10
you.
a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. That's right. Okay. It's not bad.
And 11, and then of course Friday, every Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern. Anything else? Anything more, Andrew?
No, not for right now.
So that would be 9 Flyover Country time.
Yes, 9 fly F over country. So and
We like it to fly over.
Is Mountain
And then
time zone also flyover, or is it only Central? I think it's
Mountain
both.
is. I think it's
Mountain
both,
counts.
Yeah,
Mountain counts.
yeah.
Okay.
I think you have to stop in Denver because usually you make a connection there.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Is that both? Zach, is that yours also?
I'm gonna plug for. Are you smarter than a politician? Every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
I saw that,
7.
yes.
Yeah, 7 flyover time. Freedom Uncut will have Aaron Day, Joel Valenzuela on, and I get to be lucky enough to be on as well. So
I didn't know you guys knew
pray for me.
Joel Valenzuela. I followed him for a while. I can't remember when I noticed, but anyway, he's some good stuff there.
I do not know him, so this will be
Really?
interesting.
Really? No, I've been. That's cool. That's cool. I'm probably gonna watch that. Lisa.
So yesterday on Sean's birthday, we were hoping Sean was going to join us, but Joe and I did a show about Drakaria. It was really great. So if you haven't watched that, please go watch that on my channel. It was a lot of fun seeing the dragons and talking about the white paper and the different opportunities. There's really cool opportunities for companies to sponsor a key and do a spawning and do a golden egg and anyway, all this kind of stuff. So check that out on my channel, and a big happy birthday to everybody's friend Satoshi Sean.
Dude, happy
Sean.
birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Sean.
Love you.
29 again, right?
Yeah. My granddaughter, she's like, how old are you? Like 72. She's like, oh, okay. I was like,
She has no concept of
she's like, my other granddad's 60. It's like, damn, that's old. And she was like, it's like, how old do you think I am? She goes, 57. I was like, no, damn, really? Okay.
Man. All right, Greg.
I would just take a moment to touch on Roman Storm. His trial's underway, and they are in the early phases of it. And so far, thanks to Terrence reporting, she's doing a hell of a job on it. It looks like the state's going to be trying to blatantly elide over the fact that this was a passive thing that was done, and they're going to try to highlight the harms as opposed to connected with conspiracies as if he's culpable for them in order to tear jerk these people into punishing someone.
Yep.
And the underlying principles are going to try to be shoved away. The defense is going to have to, and they started early, explaining the technology. And I think that things could look bad in the middle right now at this point, because they're going to put on a sad sack parade of people who got defrauded by North Koreans. and go into the national security implication. They're going to smear the shit out of it with ancillary information to do with people committing crime using an open and free tool. And they're going to try to pin it on Roman because he wrote the code and wrote it in a way that he couldn't intervene in again later if they came for him and tried to make him. Retroactively, it's a crime that makes him culpable for all of the crimes committed with the tool.
I think this is the first time in history, though,
which is bullshit,
that you could have a jury
pay attention
that would be able to understand something of the technology. Like with Ross, there was, you could tear jerk the crap. Nobody understood anything. But now I think with jury selection, you could actually get some people in there that know something about the tech and would not.
Where's it at?
Oh,
it's in New York.
Imagine the year's 2035. People are finally being held accountable for Epstein, and it's a software developer because they helped the government hide files once.
Yeah. Well, and I will say, if they do this, they need to know that we can then charge Bezos with plenty of crimes, and Gates, and Google,
and JP Morgan Chase,
and Facebook, and JP Morgan Chase. If these platforms can be used for that, and the Fed, people use those dollars.
Right. It means
for many evil things.
All of software is vulnerable to this.
Yeah, and those dollars that they print are anonymous. We should probably go after those fuckers at the Fed because they're killing people all the time by making those dollars. That's the way we should be playing it. So,
except for that's a conspiracy-owned subsidiary, right? So they're not going to go after that. Not if they're going to preserve the conspiracy.
I know that. I'm not saying they will. I'm saying we will, right? Anyway, Sean.
Right. That's what parallel systems are for. So go build, fuckers.
Yeah.
Motivation.
Sean, what is this week? We only have.
Check out me and Joe talking. He actually said I was his best buddy, which was really nice.
Yep.
Made me freeze up on camera. I was like,
I got a tear. I think I saw a tear.
No, I did freeze up. I was like, well, okay.
So funny.
Yeah, that was good. Got some videos coming out. Some stuff on trading, which trading's been pretty good, except for damn Litecoin. You're like that just terrible kid that causes me so much problems, but I still everything's going up, man. Litecoin, no, it's so manipulated, but yeah, that's my rant on that.
ETH isn't really going up, not at the same pace.
So is Wall Street. I think if anything you trade is manipulated for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, if it's got an ETF, it's pretty much being screwed around with.
Yep. All right. For me, I had something to say. The meme was created by Jaysun. So JEYSUHN is the handle on Twitter, and he's the social media guy for Drakaria. That was him that created this meme. Sorry, I couldn't remember who made it, but anyway, and we are having another giveaway tomorrow, so pay attention to the Drakaria world. And I have already given you your key, Lisa. I don't have time to do it live, but you can do it. And on there, spawn a new egg. And Zach and the other winners today, I just have to hear back that everything's verified, that I didn't make a stupid mistake. And I think that I have that now, so I'll probably do that right after the show. And you guys should see a key in your account. You go spawn an egg. Hopefully we get some.
I will trade you, and before you make any decisions about what to do with a key, I will trade you any one of my NFTs that isn't also a dragon, egg, or key.
Wow.
If you would like to give me that key instead.
Wow.
You can have any one of my NFTs, including my Roadster that is actually capable of winning games on crypto motors.
Wow. That's cool.
So you're welcome to it.
All right. So what I think?
If you want to, it's on the table.
All right. Okay. So it is. Which is we have like 1 minute left. So I'm gonna find something to play out, and we will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for being here, and that was a good show, right? I think it was all right.
It's a great show.
Pretty decent. All right. Thanks, guys.
As always.
See ya. Bye.
Because that goal will serve organize and measure the best.
Adaptable, all capital, label radical yet rational. A tactical approach is palpable if this animal is fallible, but that conclusion is laughable. So with for all detachable from the mandible, you see it now.
All right, audio's on, guys. Be careful. Don't say anything. No
Booga
secrets.
booga booga.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
I thought of something that might be happening